My dear students, good morning. My name is Basavaraj Paute, lecturer, Maratha Mandal Polytechnic, Belagavi. Now, I welcome all students for this session 46. For me, subject allotted is Automobile Transmission and Control System. It is third semester subject. Subject code is 15AT32T. In this subject, Unit 6 is allotted for me. Unit 6 has suspension system, wheels and tires. Today I will start session 46. Session 46 has leaf spring, McPherson strut suspension system, and also at the end it has multiple choice questions. So in this session 46, we are going to study leaf spring in detail. So as we know in the earlier session, leaf spring used in rigid axle suspension system. So we can see the diagram of leaf spring. So the main parts are, we can see frame side member, next is shackle and spring eye is there, rear axle is there, U-bolt, clip or strap, and it has master lip also. So this is a simple sketch of leaf spring. In the construction, you will see it has number of leaves. It has number of leaves, and leaves also called blades. Leaf vary in length. These are the leaves vary in length. The long leaf is also called master leaf. Now, master leaf has eye on its both ends. Master leaf has its eye on its both ends. All leaves are bound together by steel strap. Okay, so that is the all leaves bound together by steel strap or clip. Now the spring is supported on rear axle. Spring supported on rear axle or front axle by U-bolts. And next is one end of spring connected to frame with pin. Other end is connected to shackle. So here you can see one end of the spring connected to frame with pin. Other end is connected to shackle. This is a simple leaf spring. So before going to the next McPherson, we'll see the leaf spring again. This is a simple diagram. It has a frame side member, and then it has master leaf, U-bolt, rear axle, shackle, spring eye, clip or strap, and in a construction it has number of leaves. We can see here the number of leaves. Leaves also called blades. Each is called as a leaf. When it combined, it becomes leaves also called blades. Leaf vary in length. We can see the length here. Okay, so this is change in the length of the leaf. So long leaf called master leaf. Long leaf called master leaf. Master leaf has eyes on its both ends. This is a both ends has got the eye. All leaves are bound together by steel strap or clip. These are called as a steel strap or clip. Spring it is supported. This spring it is supported on rear axle or front axle by U bolts, and one end of the spring connected to frame with pin, other end of the master leaf connected to shackle. Okay, and then both it is connected to frame side members at the top. Okay, so this is a simple constructions. So now we'll go for the next one, MacPherson strut suspension system. So in the diagram we can see it is MacPherson strut suspension system. It has mainly a lower wishbone, it is wheel, stub axle, strut. It has strut has got shock absorber, coil spring, and the upper part of the strut is connected to body member. So simple it is. So as we can see in the construction, it has lower wishbone. Bottom it is lower wishbone. Strut has shock absorber and spring. So this is a strut has shock absorber and spring. Strut connected to stub axle. This strut is connected to stub axle. On stub axle, on stub axle, wheel mounted. Here we can see on stub axle, wheel mounted. Lower wishbone hinged to, lower wishbone hinged to frame cross member. This part is hinged to frame cross member. Upper part of the strut, here it is, upper part of the strut is attached to body member. This is a simple construction of MacPherson strut suspension system. So working. So when road wheel come on bump or speed breaker, so lower wishbone move up with respect to frame hinged part. So you can see here this lower wishbone will move up with respect to frame hinged part. That is the first. It also move up strut shock absorber spring. We can see here. So when it move up, strut shock absorber also move. So you can see in the next, when road wheel is in the pit, so lower wishbone move down with respect to frame hinged part. So in the sketch, you can see again in the sketch, when the road wheel come down, lower wishbone arm will also come down with respect to the frame hinged part. Now it also move down strut shock absorber spring. In the diagram you can see spring shock absorber strut also move down when the wheel goes in the pit. So this is a very simple MacPherson strut suspension system. So quick we'll have the look again. Construction, it has major parts are a lower wishbone is there, stub axle, wheel, strut. Strut has got spring, shock absorber, and then wishbone connected to body, and then lower wishbone, and then upper wishbone connected to body member. So it's a very simple. It has lower wishbone, bottom it is a, and then strut has got shock absorber and spring. Strut connected to stub axle here. On the stub axle, wheel is mounted. Lower wishbone hinged to frame cross member. Upper part of the strut attached to body member. So we'll go for the working again. When the road wheel come on a bump, lower wishbone move up with respect to frame hinged part. Very simple. Lower wishbone move up with respect to frame hinged part. So this move up, strut, shock absorber, spring. So it is very simple. So strut and shock absorber also move up, so that your spring and shock absorber also go inside. Now when the road wheel in the pit, that means it is in the below the speed breaker, going below the speed breaker. Lower wishbone move down with respect to frame hinged part. This wishbone arm move down with respect to hinged part. It also move down strut, shock absorber and spring. So here we can see it also move down strut, shock absorber, spring. So this is a simple construction and working of McPherson strut suspension system. So now we'll see multiple choice questions. So in the multiple choice questions, now we'll close it. So when we go here, assessment it is. So in the assessment or multiple choice question, session 46 we are going. So in that we are going from first slide. So same it is, lip spring and then McPherson strut. So it is having the multiple choice questions. So the first question is, dash leaf called master leaf. So options are A, it is a long, B, short, C, middle, D, lower. So as we know from the answer, it is earlier we have studied, answer is A, long leaf called master leaf. We have studied already. So it is a answer is A. So question number 2 is, leaf spring supported on dash by U-bolt. So options are shaft, axle, rod and C channel. So what is the normal answer is leaf spring supported on axle. So it is maybe a front axle or rear axle by U-bolt. Now the answer is B, axle it is. The third question is, shackle adjust change of dash. Answers are A, length, B, height, C, width, D, none of the above. So as we know from the earlier, shackle adjust change of, it is the answer is length. So shackle makes the adjustment of the change of the length. That is the answer. So next we'll go for fourth question. Strut has dash and coil spring. So normally strut has dash and coil spring. Answer is A, shock absorber, B, leaf spring, C, air spring, none of the above. So what is the answer is strut has, answer is A, shock absorber. Strut has shock absorber and coil spring. Next question number 5 is, lower wishbone arm hinged to frame. So A, it may be a cross member, side member, stub axle, D, none of the above. So normally answer is lower wishbone arm hinged to the frame, cross member. Answer is A it is. So these are the simple multiple choice questions on the session 46. Now I will going to end this session 46.